episode of Partners Project is brought to you by lynda.com. Want to know where your favorite YouTube stars go to learn their tricks? lynda.com has tutorials on shooting, editing, special effects, and more. Go to lynda.com/partnersproject for your free 7-day trial right now. What's your process? Wait, I know you write, you direct, do you just do everything?
The ideas come from either a real place or a ridiculous place, usually both. They'll start with something that probably really happened. Like I did a video recently where, Osama bin Laden got killed. Or so they say. But
I think I saw that in the news the other night.
Oh yeah, that Osama's dead? So crazy. So I start with that idea. I was like, okay, Osama bin Laden is dead. Like, well, what if someone had made a bet 10 years ago that, oh yeah, we'll have a threesome if Osama bin Laden got shot. And then it's like, now pay up.
That's hilarious.
That's how a sketch came about. So I started with the idea of, okay, Osama, is dead, and then what's something crazy? Like, well, it's been a slow process. So like something you might have said 10 years ago is now being paid off. I know that they don't seem like they're related.
But that's what's awesome about it, is that they're so unexpected, and that's where creativity is.
Exactly. So I try and take something real and serious that might happen. Like I've taken things just like straight out of my life before, and then other things that are just total creations or parodies of what's going on in the world. Like the Sham Wow guy, one of my first videos, he beat up a prostitute in Florida, and like she bit his tongue and all kinds of craziness. So within a few days, I shot and edited a video. Basically, it was the Sham Ho, and it was the Sham Wow commercial, but about cleaning up hooker blood. And it went viral.
Well, of course, because you took a relevant news story also, right? Is that important?
Especially when you're first starting out, well, at least for me, I would take what's going on in the news, things that are trending, and would write sketches around them and try and say, what's my spin on it, what hasn't been done, and try something that might be an interesting take or something that hasn't been done by SNL or Jimmy Kimmel or what have you.
Are those your competitors? Is it weird to say that those are your competitors because you're like one person and they're a whole company?
Well, I like to think that no one's really in competition, because especially on YouTube, because if you do a video about, I don't know, a watch, and I do a video about a watch, it might say at the end of my video, hey, go check out Shira's watch video. So I'm helping you, and then at the end of your video, I might say, hey, go check out Michael's watch video. And you're helping me. So there's really no competition. We're all in it together. So if more people do, the same kind of area, more people make a video about Osama or the Sham Wow guy or whatever, it doesn't really matter because we're all helping each other.
It's all about collaboration.
Well, even inadvertent collaboration, because like I'm not working with Jimmy Kimmel on his Osama sketch, but if we both do an Osama sketch, just YouTube's algorithm will hook our videos up because we're talking about it. So at the end of videos, you ever see like, if you like this, you might also like these 1,000 videos.
So you think about that when you're creating a video?
I usually don't, but I started noticing that when I had done that originally, because I would see other ShamWow videos or other parodies that would come up, like Jack's Films did a really hilarious dub of the ShamWow commercial. And so his would be linked to mine and mine was linked to his. So we were kind of like, we were throwing people both ways.
So, all right, no, but the whole thing with you is you pre-shoot a lot at once, and then that allows you to release every week.
Yes, I try and shoot, whenever I get the gang together, I try and shoot at minimum 2 sketches at a time. And I know that sounds like a lot, because it is. It really is. But we try and keep it nice. The way we've been doing it lately is we do a sketch, which usually takes about 4 hours. It's like an hour a minute, an hour per page. So my sketches are 4 pages or less. So it usually takes about 4 hours or so. And then we'll spend about an hour doing like an ask sketch or something like that, which is this kind of ask format where we answer questions and get to be silly and make fun of each other. And personal. 700,000
subscribers. And how many views total?
180 million.
Like, how do you get there? That doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen... I mean, like, how did you stand out? Like, how did you make it happen and become one of, like, the go-to comedy channels on YouTube? Go.
Coached.
Go.
The Shira Lazar story. In the beginning, it was really about collaborating. Like, just starting out making videos, you can be like an island, you're just sort of off doing your thing. I was just kind of making videos, but then it wasn't until I started meeting people like Lisa Nova and Shane Dawson and Shay Carl, where I started really collaborating with these guys. And just being associated, you're kind of like literally guilty by association. So it's like, oh, they're helping that person, or they're directing their stuff, or acting, or whatever. So it becomes kind of like a snowball effect of you're working with them, they might promote your stuff. And that really helped initially. But then it wasn't until I really got into a really solid schedule and really started to try and outdo myself each week, where it really started to pick up. And that was the area where I really kind of got into a groove with TotallySketch, and it grew like crazy.
So what do you mean outdo yourself? Just like challenge yourself with new ideas?
Yeah, I mean, it's just one week you do a certain level of jokes per minute, or a certain level of quality and the camera and the lighting and the acting, and then the next week you want to make it funnier, you want to make it look better, you know, tighter.
Do you think it helped that you were a director-writer in terms of your collaborations? It wasn't like you were like, oh, let me be in your videos, like let me direct it. Let me provide like a technical skill, which that's very rare on YouTube.
Yeah, I think there was definitely an edge to that, because there are so many performers, so many people really want to like be on camera and do that thing, and I really don't have that much of a desire to be on camera. I would much prefer to direct, to help write or produce or whatever, just behind the scenes, because personally that's what I find the most rewarding and think's the most fun. And it's also maybe something that a lot of people who do things on their own don't usually get. They don't usually get someone to help bounce the ideas off of in the beginning. So
and tell them what to do and everything.
Yeah.
You have the whip.
No, but there's only so much you can like film by yourself.
Yeah, totally.
Like to have somebody else behind the camera who, you know, might have a vision or whatever can really help and can really add a lot of depth to what someone else is doing. Hopefully make it better too.
We'd like to thank our sponsor, lynda.com. Do you want to learn how to be a YouTube pro? Well, go to lynda.com/partnersproject for your free 7-day trial right now and learn from the best. See you soon.